In a world of sugary, sweet, saturated fats, and processed chemicals, children in the United States are suffering from obesity and health defects due to unhealthy eating habits. As said by WebMD, one-third of the children in the U.S. are overweight or obese, and this number is continuing to rise. Playing outside is adapted to playing video games, and a bag of chips is favored over eating a healthy snack like carrots. These unhealthy trends are putting children at risk for many serious issues such as high cholesterol, high blood pressure, early heart disease, diabetes, bone problems, and skin conditions such as heat rashes, fungal infections, and acne. They are also more prone to develop stress, sadness, and low self-esteem. Developing these habits early is critical for proper bone growth, brain development, and increased self-efficacy and higher self-esteem. Many parents use the phrase, "you are what you eat." In many cases, this is true. Eating junk food will cause us to feel sluggish and under the weather, but eating a well-balanced diet will give us the energy and nutrition we need to get through the day. Today, 17% of all children and teens are obese, which is triple the rate of one generation ago, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. This is why the parental figure in a child's life is responsible for making sure the child is getting the proper nutrients. A pediatric psychologist from an article in Live Science has said it's not necessarily that parents are trying to fatten their kids up with junk food and fast food. Rather, it has to do with the convenience and lack of meal planning. Fast food options are widespread, quick, and easy for busy families. They are something that has become integrated into the American culture. Healthy People 2020 is a set of national objectives to increase the quality of life. Under the Nutrition and Weight Status objective, the goal is to promote health and reduce chronic disease risk through the consumption of healthful diets in order to achieve and maintain a healthy body weight. Scientific research strongly supports the goal of maintaining a healthy weight from daily exercise and, most importantly, a well-balanced diet. It's important to limit the intake of calories and receive daily calories from nutrient-dense foods instead of added sugar, sodium, alcohol, saturated, or trans fat. Incorporating a variety of vegetables, fruits, grains, dairies, and protein into the diet is highly recommended as well. Obesity and unhealthy diets in children can occur for many reasons. Maybe people aren't educated on the nutritional needs, or if they are, maybe they aren't aware of the major health risks associated with being overweight and obese. In a parent's report on interpersonal relationships to supporting healthy eating, they found that many other family members, such as the grandparents, would give their children's foods high in fat and sugar in an attempt to spoil them. Schools also contribute to a child's diet. Children are at school for an average of 8 hours every weekday, and school lunches given out by the cafeteria have the potential to be the primary source of nutrients per day for some children. In communities where poverty is a contributing element, meals at school are the only available source of nutrients for the entire day. That's why laws and regulations were set in place to make sure schools follow necessary legislation and regulations set out by the USDA. In 2010, the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act was initiated to allow food stamps to count as funds towards school lunches, ensuring that no kid goes without eating if money is a concern. The Richard B. Russell National School Lunch Act and Children Nutrition Act are similar in the goal of wanting children to get the recommended nutrients and providing schools with the means to do so through grants and food supply. While using the planned behavior theory that links beliefs and behaviors, a study found that parents express their negative attitudes about food more frequently than their positive attitudes, which reflected on the child's food preferences. The relative norms of society are also a contributing factor to the beliefs and behaviors children have about food. The concept of nuclear family was brought into the equation multiple times, when the family members exemplified bad eating behaviors to the children, or extended family would influence their bad eating habits. Media, restaurants, and schools also have an effect on the perceived norms a child believes about eating. The behavior of healthy eating in children was also studied more in depth by the social learning theory. Researchers highlighted the importance of observational learning. The study used peer modeling to change a child's preferences on certain vegetables. The target child was surrounded by other children who enjoyed different vegetables for 4 consecutive days, and the result of the study showed a shift in vegetable preference. The study also showed that children will select different foods when they are being observed by their parents. There is also a correlation between the nutrition of children in preschool with the nutrition of their mother. This is why parents are a primary target market for changing eating behaviors in children. The overall study through the social learning theory is that food preferences of children can change through watching others. The Paget theory expresses the patterns of childhood development and have found a different approach to teaching children methods to good health. Since they don't understand the language we may use about healthy eating or the correlation between food and nutrition, we need to adapt our communication. Instead of using words like vitamins, minerals, and nutritional food, adults need to use simple and positive connotations. Simple things like small pieces of carrots go to my arms and my legs, and teach them about foods that they should eat every day versus foods they should eat sometimes, instead of saying that the food is healthy or unhealthy, because they don't know what that means. The final conclusion of the study is that children do not think less than adults, but they think differently. There are many interventions for changing the behavior of children. On the individual level, the socio-ecological model, educating kids on what a healthy diet consists of, is the start. We can also promote a positive association with meal times by having more family meals per week. They have found that a negative association is put on mealtime when parents are too busy to sit down for a meal, or they let their child eat their food in front of a TV. On an interpersonal and organizational level, the socio-ecological model, life science stresses the importance of applying the same rules of healthy eating at home and at school. A parent can try their hardest to only feed their child healthy food, but if the same standard isn't set at the school where the child spends almost 8 hours a day of their time, then the effort is wasted. Overall, healthy eating habits in children is important to me because they are the future in America. Starting young can change the lives of many and hopefully raise the levels of health in our society. I personally have 6 younger cousins and I babysit many other children, so I have the opportunity to see them grow into healthy adults, which is really special for me.